Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great week. So we have another terrific Zoom interview for you. This is Charlie Wuester up in Colorado. And Marlene makes actually a little appearance at the beginning too. So I think you guys will really like this. We've been getting great response from these Zoom interviews that you guys are enjoying this. We're having so much fun meeting you guys and sharing with everybody some of the backstories and advice. So without further ado, guys, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sure you will. And again, thank you so much, Charlie and Marlene, for all of the support and for following us for so long. So anyway, guys, here you go. Have fun. Have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, guys. Yes, I made it. Yes, I made it.
Yeah, we saw that it said that you were trying to connect to audio. It's been telling us that for the last 5 minutes or so.
Hey, I had to get my daughter-in-law to help me with this. I haven't figured it all out yet.
Where's your wife?
Marlene. Marlene. Come here. Stick your head in here. At least stick your head in here and wave.
Hello.
Marlene,
How are you?
How are you?
I had an early morning shift this morning, so I was at work at 4 a.m.
yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you made an appearance. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
She's like Vicky. She doesn't like to be on camera.
Yeah. Vicky's getting more used to it. She used to not like it at all. Now I think secretly she does like it. She just doesn't want to admit it. All right, so
I see her rolling her eyes at you.
Yeah,
well,
that's a normal thing.
yeah.
Leave it alone.
I can't.
Gosh.
I just want to be able to hear.
Don't.
Brief. Okay.
Every
All right.
time he touches my computer, he messes something up.
Hey, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
So how are you, Charlie?
I am very, very, very tired. I just got off work.
That's right. So you had said that you got a new job at a restaurant?
Yes.
What do you
Prep cook, and dishwasher.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Okay. And are the restaurants in full swing up there?
Yes and no. There's only a couple of restaurants here in town. You could literally drive from one end of town to the other in 5 minutes.
Wow.
Really?
And where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from North New Jersey. Right now we live in Rangeley, Colorado.
Rangeley, Colorado. That's right. But didn't you recently move from Florida up there?
Yes, sir. New Smyrna Beach, Daytona area.
And so what brought you to, I'm kind of getting
You're jumping ahead of things.
the horse before the cart there, but what brought you to Colorado from Florida? Why
Our son is in college up here for the National Park Service for the law enforcement side of it. And this is the only place in the country that does that school. So he called one day and said, Mom and Dad, I'm not coming home. So we said, okay, make room for Mom and Dad because we're coming up there.
Well, yeah, one way or the other, you wanted to be where the boy is.
Yes.
Gotcha. Now and now your wife, Marlene, said she just got off work, or she just getting ready to go to work, or what?
No, she just got off as well. She went in at 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning.
What is she doing?
She used to be a condo association manager, and now she is the assistant food manager at the local, it's like a convenience store / restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But not the same place where you're working?
No.
Yeah.
I'm further down the street and we have better food.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's kind of back up a little bit. So tell us about yourself, introduce yourself, and kind of some background, and what you were trained at, and whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. I'm Eric and Vicky's favorite pain in the butt. For about 25 plus years, I worked with the Boy Scouts of America, and I taught kids how to do 50 or 60 different merit badges.
Wow.
And one of them was wood carving. And we did everything from little signs to, you know, whatever they wanted to do. We gave them a choice. And for about 35 to 40 years, I was a heavy equipment operator. Bulldozers, backhoes, track hoes, anything with a key in it I can run.
Yeah.
But
That was kind of your career then, as far as heavy
yes,
equipment operating.
yes. After the military, I got paid to jump out of perfectly good airplanes.
That's something I want to do. He's done it. But
It's something that once you get over the initial fear, you will love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I only did it, twice? No, once. Once, yeah. But it was amazing. It was just a tandem jump, but it was amazing. It was, that first few seconds, I cried like a little, but after that, yeah. After that, it was really cool.
Yep.
So you did that. So what branch of the military?
The Army, 82nd Airborne.
82nd Airborne, really? And how long were you in there?
From 1987 to 1995.
Wow. Okay. 8 years then. Well,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for your service, sir.
You're very welcome. And if you call me sir, I'm going to think you're mad at me.
That's fantastic. So out of the military, then you got into heavy equipment operating and just started driving big stuff.
Big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And so then was that in Florida, or was that, you said you were from Jersey, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
North New Jersey, a little town called Morristown.
Okay.
It's about 20 to 25 minutes away from New York City.
Oh boy. So there was a lot of construction going on, and that's was it road construction equipment kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's how it started out, but I pretty much moved into the land clearing side of it. So we did everything from knock the trees down to grade for the building slab, and then come back, do the parking lot, and put in the trees.
Wow. Okay. And when did you retire from that?
I didn't. We just moved up here, and I stopped doing it.
Really? So you were doing that in Florida then?
Yeah, all the way up until this May.
Wow. Wow. And you decided not to go back into that field up there in Colorado, or is there just no?
Up here is 100% different.
Yeah.
I mean, you come from swamps and muck to mountains.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But so now, are you into hunting and fishing and all that from being up there in that territory?
Well, I will go fishing as soon as you come up here and go with me, but I won't eat it. I will not eat it. I give it away.
Now, when you were in Florida, did you do fishing in Florida?
A little bit, but not a whole lot. Mostly I like to work with kids.
Really? That was your passion, and your part-time thing was doing the Boy Scouts thing.
Well, that, and I was a living historian. We did shows all over the state of Florida, and we would go to museums, air shows, you name it. We did everything from Civil War all the way up until 1980s. But my specialty was Korean War, World War II, and Vietnam.
Really? And going to, so were you going to schools or gatherings?
Yes.
What?
Yes. If, say, to give you an example, if you were a history teacher and you wanted to teach about a specific subject, you would invite us to come in. We would, deactivate all of our weapons, because our weapons are set up like the Hollywood weapons.
Yeah.
And we would come in and add to your lesson.
Wow.
That's cool.
No kidding. Man, we didn't have that when I was in school.
We were
That's
in
fantastic.
California.
That's fantastic.
You would have a blast. You would have a blast.
I love history.
See, I
and all
would
that.
probably have learned a lot more that way.
Oh, it was funny. One of my scouts invited me to come in with his history class, and I knew more about Pearl Harbor than the teacher did.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not a book learner. I'm a hands-on visual kind. I have to see what I'm doing, or interact with it, or be a part of it, or it has to at least keep my attention. Books never did. So
That's how I learned how to carve, watching Eric.
yeah. How did you find him?
I used to carve with mallet and chisels and, you know, little stuff like that. And I wanted a more repeatable result, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I did a sign for a guy. It was on a 12-inch round for my reenactment unit because he helped me out with all of my basic uniforms and my rifle and everything like that. I'm sorry, I talk with my hands.
That's all right. That's all right.
But after I carved the sign, I'm like, you know, that took me 4 days to do.
Yeah.
I need something a little quicker. So lo and behold, I get on the internet and, you know, there's Eric's handsome face popping up. And I'm like, you know, let me watch this guy, see what happens. So I went out to Harbor Freight and, excuse me, bought a little router. And I figured, okay, I won't spend a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
I'll just try it out.
Right.
We see how that ended up 6 years later.
Gosh, have you been following us that long? 6 years?
I started watching you guys when you first started, and it was coming up as new videos.
Wow. No kidding. I had no idea that you had followed us that long. Wow. How long have we been interacting from email?
Well,
that kind of stuff?
I never really, you know, figured out the whole YouTube thing. And when you said, hey, if you got questions, send me an email, I'm like, okay, this guy's going to be my new best friend.
I just had no idea that we had been corresponding for that long.
Well, actually, the first time I called or sent an email, I think it was Vicky that I talked to, because
Really?
my wife helped me out. She's like, okay, we'll order the bits, we'll order the base plate, we'll order this. And
Yeah.
she did it. I didn't even know until I got the package in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just remember it always seeing Charlie and Marlene. I never saw your name without her name, Charlie and Marlene, right?
I never figured out how to do that until just recently.
Gotcha.
I'm not a big, unless, you know, I'm not a big computer person, if you haven't figured that out.
Wow.
I would rather call you on the phone.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
I just have to make sure that I call Vicky, ma'am, and use, because when yeah, the last time I called, Vicky called me back, and I'm like, yes, sir. And she's like, I'm not a sir.
Oh, it's me.
But that's fascinating, the whole history thing, that you must, as much as I enjoy teaching, and when I've got a group of people, if I'm out on site or we have our classes here, that must be the same kind of thrill that you get from teaching kids about history.
Yes, sir.
I can relate to that. There's just a certain, I don't know, there's a certain charge that you get from that I don't know, I can't get it any other way. It's just, that must be the same thing that you get.
Exactly. We would go to air shows or museum events, and for some reason, the guys in my unit were all first responders, police, firemen, ex-military, and the kids would just gravitate to me.
Wow.
And, you know, I would literally get, if you look at my Facebook page, I would literally get on my hands and knees to explain something to a kid.
Right.
And I would be like, okay, I'll let you hold this, but you have to learn the German word for it. Or
Really?
you have to learn, yeah, and it just stuck. The guys in my unit would just always send the kids to me.
You just had a knack for it. Just whatever it was, the kids migrated to you and you just had a knack for it.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's so cool. That's just amazing. That gives me chills. I think that's so cool. That's the way all kids should learn history.
I don't like
It really
kids.
is.
That's the way all kids should learn how to carve signs.
Well,
true.
yeah.
That's true. We
Yeah.
do have quite a few kids, dads and moms that are grandparents.
Oh, what's his name? He's in the Minions. I can't remember. Yeah, Josh Tolson, his daughter. Yep. I would just be tickled pink.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so cool. But anyway, so tell us about your sign carving and how that is kind of
what are you doing
evolved.
with it? Are you selling signs or donating signs? Or?
Well, at first I gave them away as gifts. I did a couple signs for museums down in Florida so that they can mark their displays.
Yep.
And, I told them ahead of time, I'm like, okay, there's certain images that I won't carve, like a swastika or something like that.
Sure.
Let me change it up. And if this is what you want, I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And I just started selling them here and there.
Yeah. So from that, then that brought some attention to your work, and people kind of asked where to get those, and then they kind of sent them your way.
Pretty much, yeah. But you guys have been the biggest help out of all of them. I mean, between the marketing advice and the business cards and the donate signs, like the one that I was doing for the city of, Rangeley, you said, why don't you donate it?
Yeah. Yeah. And how did that work out?
I told them it would be about $200 just for the slab of wood.
Yeah.
And they have to get a grant to pay me.
Gotcha.
But I've already got the artwork done and everything. As soon as they say, here's the money, I'll go buy the board and I can do it in a couple days.
Yeah, right. So how big is the city of Rangeley then?
The one for the city of Rangeley is 2 foot wide by 4 foot long. And they want it on a live edge slab.
Oh, really?
But the ones that I'm doing now are for a local dispensary, and one of them's 2 foot by 2 foot, one's 30 inches by 4 feet, and the other one will be the biggest one I've ever done. It's 30 inches by 8 foot long.
Wow. And those are all for the dispensary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went into because I don't do all that, but I went in there and one of the local police officers had done a sign for him. I'm like, hey, that's what I do. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
And the girls behind the counter told him, and he called me up one day and I was prepping food and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Let me wash my hands and call you back. And I went and drove about a half an hour away to the town where his business is.
Yeah.
And I says, well, here's my book with all my patterns. What do you want?
Yeah.
And he just started leafing through it and he's like, you can do these? I'm like, put it this way. If I can find a picture of it, I can carve it.
Yeah.
Thanks to the guy that taught me how to carve,
Yeah.
spray it, carve it, sand it off.
Yep. Yeah. It's pretty simple. It's once you know how to do it, it really kind of opens up the capabilities of what you can do. And some people just don't have any idea. So that's really cool. So, so these signs for the dispensary, they're in a different town, a half hour away then?
Yeah, 20, 25 minutes away.
That's fantastic.
Going towards Utah.
Gotcha. So the dispensary has some money to spend.
Oh, yes. He already paid for them up front in cash.
Yeah, cash. They have.
Yeah.
Well, I got to talking to the guy because I met him 2 or 3 times, and he used to be a contractor. And he's like, here, how much do you want?
Yeah.
Because at first he gave me the wrong measurements and I had already glued the boards up. And I'm like, I can't use these now. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I called him up and he's like, well, I'll pay for the mistake because I gave you the wrong measurements. Come get some money and go and get some more wood.
Wow.
That's the kind of customers you like.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic. That's good. Are these all like logo signs for out in front of his business?
One is for his house.
Okay.
It's a 2 foot by 2 foot. It's a little dinosaur head and it says, feed me and tell me I'm pretty. The other one, he's got a metal sculpture of a dinosaur out in front of his business, and I shaped it like a dog bone and wrote the business name on there and just did a bunch of background, and he's going to have where the dinosaur holds the sign.
Oh, that's cool.
And the big one is the one I asked you about. it's going up on the building to replace the one that is old and damaged.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's cool. That'll get you a lot of exposure, just those signs.
Well, that, and I sent a message through the live the other night. I donated 5 signs to the local Moose Lodge. They're doing a charity auction.
Yeah.
So I'll get some out of that.
Yeah. Fantastic. That's terrific. So
Yeah, I went from totally discouraged to now I'm really busy.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah. And are you working like 5 days a week at the restaurant, or what do you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
5 days a week, really? So you're like a short order cook and dish and that kind of stuff, or what?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Fantastic. Do you have a history with that?
Well, I used to be a member of a semi-pro paintball team,
Really?
and the paintball team got contracted to the Daytona Speedway. So every year they go down there and we cook for the races, and that's how we raise funds. So everything we do for the whole year is paid for.
Wow. Wow.
So I got a lot of kitchen experience from that.
Yeah. Fantastic. That's so cool. You do all kinds of stuff, man. That's terrific.
Well, I'd still rather be making sawdust and watching you guys on video.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
Watching
gosh.
him, not me.
No, you can't say that, Miss Vicky, because I learned almost everything I know about resin from watching you.
See?
All the things not to do. Yeah.
Yeah. All of this.
I was trying to be nice.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Eh?
Yeah. We're constantly.
I know
learning
other
this.
people make mistakes. They just don't admit it.
Oh, if I still had a fire pit, it would be half full of mistakes.
Yep. Yep.
But we're constantly. If you're not learning, you're not alive. As far as I'm concerned, it's constantly learning. I'm learning new stuff all the time, and half the time I'm learning stuff that I'm getting advice from people that have been watching us for a while. Well, yeah. But I never want to get to the point where I can't answer emails and talk to people on the phone, because that's what I love. I love that teaching, that same thing that you're talking about. I love that interaction. I just wish we could do it more in person, which hopefully once this thing goes away, and
That's one of the whole reasons that I moved across the United States, just so I can go to your class.
Well, we're hoping that maybe if everything goes right, we're hoping in the spring we can do one in the spring. That's what we're hoping for. So come and hang out.
Oh, I know. I already have it saved in Google Maps. It's only 6 hours away from where I am.
Yeah.
6 hours, really? Is that all?
From Rangeley to Golden Valley, Arizona is 6 hours.
Wow.
That's not far.
Gosh, that's not very far.
So,
Charlie, since you've been watching us and kind of following us for a while, for somebody that's brand new, we always like to try and throw this stuff in there. Do you have any advice for someone that's brand new that maybe just come across our channel or just is trying this for the first time?
well, if I had to be totally honest and above board, because I love encouraging people.
Yeah.
There's three things that you need to do. You need to watch Dave, Eric, and Vicky, and you need to join the Minions page,
Yeah.
and you need to be your own worst critic, because everybody messes up.
Yeah. Yep.
I think
That's
you
great.
need to, like, several people that I talk to, they send me pictures or whatever, and it's like, that looks really good. Oh no, look at this one little spot. I'm like, yeah.
You know, I ran in, it's funny you say that, because I ran into that the other night. I was really discouraged after I did the craft show and nobody bought anything.
I remember.
And I got on the Minions page, and I must have had 75 comments from people saying, hey, your stuff's really great. Keep your chin up, keep carving. And the next day, I think it was Nancy. Yep.
Yeah.
She was discouraged, and I got on Messenger, and I'm like, hey, keep your chin up, keep carving.
Yeah.
And the two, other than you guys, the two biggest inspirations that I've had so far is Old Man Bay Signs and Bull Jordan.
He's crazy.
Yeah, Bull is.
Tell me something I haven't already figured out.
But he's hilarious and he laughs all the time. You talk to him on the phone, he laughs. Like,
Yeah.
it's great. It's catchy.
Yep. I talked to him the other night for probably 45 minutes.
Yeah.
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 He's a cool dude. I hope we all get together one of these days. We can, you know, find a spot, everybody come out to Vegas or some way be able to have like a weekend boot camp kind of thing where we can just get together and just, you know, play with sawdust all weekend long. That would be a blast.
Threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything that that I can answer for you since we're here? Is there any particular thing that you're having any issues with that you know that I can help with?
Other than the router question I had the other day about fixing the base plate. Thank you, Dad, for answering that.
Oh, the glue. You wanted to find out what glue he was using. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't stand to throw away routers. I mean, I have the 2 small ones. I got the new Bauer.
Yeah.
And
What do you think of the Bauer? It's a good router, huh?
oh yes, it was night and day from the little small trim router to this one.
Yeah. So you were using the little Drill Master, the Harbor Freight
Yep.
Drill Master.
Yep. But before I do any of that, I have to send you my bits so you can sharpen them.
Yeah. Get your bits over to me. Let me sharpen them.
I got them in a box in my bedroom. I just haven't had a chance to put them in the mail.
Cool. Well, any last final thoughts? Anything that you want to throw out there?
Well, if I had to be a final thought, no more phone calls, no more emails. If this guy gives you advice, listen to it. And if you have any questions about resin or anything like that, ask Vicky.
There you go. Don't ask me on the resin. Yeah,
I'll answer. It may not be right, but if it works for me, then that's what I'm going to tell you.
There you go. Charlie, it has been a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do this, really.
Oh, my gosh. And I can't wait till spring when you can come down and we can spend a couple of days with you, you know, playing around out on the patio and making some sawdust. YouTube. So, again, man, it's been a real pleasure. Can't wait till you.
It's nice to finally put a, well, I can't say face with the name because I watch you guys all the time.
For us, yeah. Yeah, it's terrific. And then now all the minions and all the people out there, this will post next Friday, like a week from yesterday. So this will post next Friday.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Because then Bull and Old Man Bay will pick on me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. They're good at that.
They're good at it.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
All right, brother, man. Again, it was great to meet you almost in person.
And
this
Marlene.
is pretty close. And,
Yeah, she's not really big on camera. I know.
Yeah.
That's
But
okay.
we hope that when you come down in the spring, you can bring her with you, and we'll have a great time.
I look forward to it.
All righty.
All right, buddy.
Well, you take care of yourself and stay safe. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You too.
Rest.
Yeah.
Huh? No, I want to go make sawdust now. You
All right.
cranked up my creativity.
All right, Charlie. You take care. We'll see you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.